One of the biggest scares in the Minnesota Vikings victory over the San Francisco 49ers 23-17 was the injury to superstar player Justin Jefferson. But Justin Jefferson spoke to the media following his game, following the Vikings win, and here's what he had to say.
No, not overly concerned. Just a little thigh bruise, contusion, whatever you want to call it. Something that happens a lot during football. Just like I said, you just got to treat it up, get it feeling well, and be ready to go next week.
So Justin Jefferson doesn't seem overly concerned about his injury, calls it a thigh contusion. So good thing for the Minnesota Vikings moving forward.
Yeah, I would imagine it was one of those things where, for a thigh contusion where he probably could have kept playing if he really, really felt like he had to. Obviously, we're always happy to have him on the field. But guessing that it was one of those things where, stinger really hurts, depending how deep it is, right? Might not be able to run super great. So worth, again, week 2 in the NFL season, not to push it, not to put, throw him back out there if you, again, don't have to. It's a long season. So good to hear, because if he was out and Addison's still kind of
that ankle injury, right?
Yeah, the next couple of weeks might have been kind of nasty for us. So
we all know the important role Justin Jefferson plays on the Minnesota Vikings as wide receiver 1, top 2, top 3 wide receiver in the NFL based on which fan base you're a part of. Right. But if Jordan Addison is out, well, then he becomes even more valuable, because last year, as great as Justin Jefferson is, we saw that the Minnesota Vikings could still win games with Kirk Cousins and Jordan Addison. But with Sam Darnold, without Jordan Addison, it's like...
No Hawkinson still.
No Hawkinson. Who are you throwing the ball to? You got Aaron Jones. You got Jalen Naylor, who's a wide receiver 3 and is normally hurt himself. So at this point in time, I would argue that Justin Jefferson is the most valuable that he's ever been to the Minnesota Vikings because of who's around him on the Minnesota Vikings roster right now.
Yeah, and I don't know if they, there's not free agency or, the market out there is pretty thin too, so you're not really adding anybody probably of meaningful impact. Julio Jones, maybe. No, I don't know.
Right.
It's pretty fair. So,
right.
No, it's dodged a little bit of a bullet there with his health. It sounds like he's pretty optimistic. And usually they kind of know, right? Especially like by the time, if it was bothering him, he probably would have been a lot more vague. Probably would have been, well, we'll see how she goes.
We'll see what treatment looks like this week. Right.
But it was basically like, it hurt, but I should be fine. So that's good.
And as an offensive coordinator, I'm about to show everybody the 97-yard touchdown, 98-yard touchdown, whatever it was, from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson. And as a well-known play caller yourself, I want to play the video, and then I just want to hear your reaction. Give us the details. Give us the breakdown. Give us the finesse.
No, not overly.
Oh, wrong video. Where's the other one? Here it is.
So far in the Viking defense, 2nd down 9. Darnold getting messy, going deep, and he's got Jefferson. He's got Jefferson. It's a foot race downfield with Brown. Shifting gears. Getting a block. That's 6. 97 yards. Holy.
The floor is yours, Jacob.
Well, I mean, it's just a little play action. And first of all, it was an absolute dime by Darnold. That's like 55 yards in the air, right in stride. Now, the corner did his job for the most part. I am shocked that the safety was not able to... I mean, he had one job, which was stay above Jefferson. The deepest guy, which was probably going to be Jefferson. But he didn't. He just waited too long to retreat to his zone or deep enough to keep Jefferson in front of him. And again, an absolute dot. I mean, that's a tricky pass to make. I mean, he stepped up into the pocket. Pressure was kind of collapsing around him a little bit. And he just, absolute error. I mean, it brought back memories of, was it maybe Gus Farrat, Bernard Berry? Was that the last time?
Yeah, I got it right here. I got the record longest plays in Minnesota Vikings franchise history. Number 1, Gus Verrat to Bernard Berrien, 99 yards, 2008. Number 2, Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson. And number 3, here's a name for you, Chester Taylor, 95-yard run in 2006.
Hey, that's why I said we should not draft Adrian Peterson.
That's a good point. I'm sold.
We had Chester Taylor. Why do we need another running back? Well, maybe that was a bad choice. But
what stood out to me about this play, and I'm an amateur, I'm not an offensive coordinator for the 2-0 middle school Litchfield Dragons, but the play action in the end zone sounds a little risque to me.
It is.
I mean, you think about so many things that could go wrong. A guy coming up the middle, Sam Darnold has no time to get rid of the ball. If it's a sack or if he's throwing the ball away, intentional grounding, automatic safety. You think about a holding potential possibility in that situation. You got to hold these guys a little bit longer. If a guy gets around the edge, you got to try to prevent the safety. You just got to hope the ref doesn't throw the flag, right? Well, if he throws the flag, that's a safety too. So the play call by Kevin O'Connell, I thought, was super risky in this situation to have a long play that develops at your own 2-yard line. Wow.
But it's the aggression, right? Because, I mean, part of the reason the 49ers win for it, right, is they think, well, if we don't get it, the odds that we can stuff the Vikings 3 times, make them punt, we'll get the ball back at our own 50, maybe the 40.
Yeah, right.
We'll have a short field going in, and I like the idea, hey, we're the underdog. Like, if we just run the ball up the middle 3 times to try to set up our punt, you know, you're admitting defeat on that drive. So why not take a shot? Because, again, you have nothing to lose. You're the underdog. If it goes wrong, you know, those are the kind of chances and risks you need to take when you're not the team that's supposed to win anyway. And to be fair, you know, if the 49ers play the Vikings 10 times, I probably would still pick the 49ers to win 6 or 7 times probably. But, yeah, again, underdog, I never, you know, aggressive play calling is always a bonus when you're a team that needs to make up some ground. So for
sure. So looks like JJ's going to be back next week at home against the Houston Texans. And here we go. Let's ride off into the sunset. Let's plan the championship parade. 5-0 at the bye week. In all seriousness, this is exciting. 2-0. And also in all seriousness, my day isn't made or broken if the Minnesota Vikings win or lose. Like, I'm not tearing up on the couch. I'm not, my day isn't ruined. I'm long past those days. But there's a little extra excitement in the air that the Minnesota Vikings are 2-0. A little bit more extra excited to turn on the game on Sunday. Gives you something to look forward to on Sunday next week. Something to talk about. So, it's fun. It's fun. It's just fun.
I don't even think I told you yet, but so yeah, I was doing the 8th grade offense still, but they switched me over, so now I'm on the defensive headset up in the booth. So now I will have a little bit of X's and O's on offense, but I will have to quickly learn X's and O's on defense too. So suddenly, I'm going to be a well-versed coach here.
Your headset, like in middle school, you have headsets?
No, for varsity games.
For varsity, you have a headset.
I'm up into I'm into the booth with headset, talking to the D coordinator. So,
seeing what you're seeing, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think it makes it.
They're rising up the ranks. It's like, wow, going from middle school prodigy all the way
right
up
away. I was like, well, you know, I've never coached defense, so are you sure you want me up there doing that? I mean,
here we go.
Hard. It's more I'm just doing, hey, who's subbing in, who's subbing out, what form or formation are they in, tracking, paying attention to stuff like that. But
don't forget about us when you're big time. Okay.
No, and when I am the head coach,
when you have your pick for college, NFL, which team you want to coach, don't forget about us.
So in like 20 years when KOC retires after 10 Super Bowls. And I'll take his place.
Do you really want to take that role, though? Like all that pressure?
Well, no, there's no pressure. We'll just continue the success.
Well, obviously, yeah.
The Minnesota Tim podcast will be the official podcast of the Minnesota.
Let's go. Man, I've had a long-running joke with my brother. It's like, okay, when you make it big time, can I be your limo driver? Yeah. And, that's my long-running joke with people. Yeah. And so It transfers over to you.
Yep.
When you make it big time as an NFL head coach, can I be your limo driver? Can I ride your cocktails all the way to the top?
I think it'd be coattails is what
Oh,
you're looking for.
coattails. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe celebrate with some cocktails, right?
Cocktails. Yeah.
The mixed
Yeah.
drink. But I don't think you're. Yeah, that's right. You're like 75% of the way there. It's almost the right word.
That's true.
Hey, that's
So I'm just gonna.
great.
Yeah.
That's a C.
All right. Well, Vikings all the way, Jacob all the way. It's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Everyone, thank you for making this podcast part of your day. And Jacob, always, thank you.
Thank you.